Hey there, and welcome to The Big Voice with me, Wendy Parker. So, grab yourself a cuppa, get comfortable, and I'll see you soon. Stitch a new garment. It's once been said that we should never judge a book by its cover. But as a society, we tend to change our perception of people when we meet them and we check out their style of clothing. We all do it, but does it matter what we wear? I mean, if you ask most people, they'd say no. However, if you ask the same people that you actually wore your bikini to church and your suit and tie to the beach, they'd tell you a different thing. So our clothes can either help us to fit in or they can really help us to stand out. So as believers, are we better off fitting in or are we better off standing out? So do we set up the sewing machines, choose the scarlet thread of Jesus' blood and let God stitch a new garment? Stitchographic writing is a line of writing known as a stitch. And mainly used in poems, this style of writing creates beats within sentences as each word is carefully thought out and placed in its position on purpose. And the book of Revelation is filled with metaphor, symbol, imagery, and the heart of this book is a rhythm in every word and every syllable which fills the reader's imagination with wonder. A poetic piece of writing by the author John that challenges the reader to stitch a new garment with the very fabric of his words, connecting the multidimensional facets of Christ that builds tension, it builds pace, energy within this Revelation book. However, throughout the messiness and chaos of life, our garments can become stained and dirty, leaving a residue that clings to our newly stitched clothing. Our sinful condition, which can manipulate our thoughts and actions, absorbs shadows rather than reflecting his light. In Amanda Gorman's recent inauguration poem, The Hill We Climb, she finishes the poem by saying, For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. So can we, as believers, be brave enough to stitch a new garment that is full of light? Perhaps, could we, maybe? Oh, I do hope so. For the next generation, I do hope so. Because if we can shine his light in the darkness, which can often clothe us, if we can stitch a new garment and put on his light, then we will share his truth and his love to the darkness of this world. So I hope this week, I pray that you will get into the book of Revelation and stitch a new garment. And I'll see you next week.